Hey everyone, EverThingy here with episode 5 of my Terraria Hardcore Expert Mode playthrough. So last episode I asked you guys what I should do for this episode, and one of you suggested I should build a house, since our current house was really terrible. So that's what we're gonna do this episode. And what better way to build a foundation for a new house by completely destroying the first one with bombs? So in the last episode we went to the right side of our world, and there we looked for more chests, but unfortunately we ran into the corruption, so we had to head back and decided it would be best to just dig down and look inside the caves. And there we almost died once, and unfortunately we didn't find that much good loot. But we haven't gone that deep down. For now, one of the things I want to do is make some more gear, because we have a lot of ore now. I already prepared all the materials. I gathered a lot of wood, stone and everything. And I made a sawmill and all the other requirements to build some good furniture. Okay, now we have a solid foundation for our home, and now it's just time to make the walls and add everything we want. And we're gonna speed things up and make it a little montage, because, well, it took about an hour to make everything, and I don't think you want to watch everything. In the meantime, I'm gonna talk a little bit about why I haven't uploaded any videos last week, and that's because, of course, university started again, so I was busy again. It really depends on the week, how much time I have. But I still want to make at least 3 videos a week, that would be great. But I do not know whether I will be able to make that every week. But I'll try. Like, the perfect thing would be every day, 1 video, but I think that will not be the case. So I'll try to make one every... Probably on the days that I have the most time are Wednesday, Friday, and in the weekend. So Saturday and Sunday. Alright, so back to the house. For now, the house will consist of 4 layers, but you may only see 3. The bottom 2 would be kind of the basement, made out of stone brick walls and stone brick. And the bottom one would be my storage room with all of my chests, and the second one, the one above, would be my room where I store the boss trophy items and some mannequins with armor, for example. And above that we would have a wooden room with partially stone bricks, and that would be where all my crafting stuff would be. And above there we would just have our normal house room, which would become probably a living room for someone. Maybe, I don't know what I will do with that yet, but I will just add some furniture to make it look nice. And of course we also will need a roof, but for now I'm just gonna have a simple roof, just like flat. Maybe I will add some triangles to make it look interesting later on. And I of course also needed to make some extra rooms for the NPCs which could move in, so I decided to make some little sort of kind of pod-like things connected to the house. And you will see them completed at the end of the video, but I was really happy with the result, and they could function like a sort of modular system, that if I need more houses I can just add more pods to them, while still keeping a cool looking house. And not like the usual tower flats. I was sure I would at least need 2 rooms for 2 extra NPCs, since we could already, well, how do you say, find the demolitionist, since we found bombs on the ground, and the requirement for the merchant to spawn is that you need to have at least 1 golden coin, which we also have. Now another easy NPC to get is the nurse, which requires us to have at least found 1 crystal heart. However, we haven't found any However, we haven't found one yet, unfortunately, and I will definitely need more of those before I attempt my first boss fight against the Eye of Cthulhu. It shouldn't be that much episodes though. I think after this episode I will mainly focus on getting my better gear and afterwards exploring the corruption more. And hopefully we can find some good things there, and at the end of our world, of course. At the end of the world, by the way, we should also find the angler, which isn't a really helpful NPC. I'm not gonna focus on completing many of the fishing missions, I think, at the beginning, maybe later. And as you can see, at night, a lot of Eye of Cthulhu spawn. I have to get rid of them. They can be pretty annoying, but of course with closed doors. There were like 7 of them outside, and I thought like, why not kill them? Because we need the lenses to spawn, or to make the first boss item to spawn the first boss, the Eye of Cthulhu. As you can see, our house is slowly starting to become nicer and nicer, and well then of course at the end you want to start adding furniture to give it a bit more cozy feeling. A lot of people, beginners mostly, and myself including, just don't like to spend much time on building nice looking houses. They just want to get the NPCs as fast as they can so they can start exploring, get their items, and explore the world and go on an adventure. Others, on the other hand, spend hours creating beautiful castles. And I used to be one of the persons that would just make cube houses and everything, but for once I decided to make a bit nicer looking house. And one thing you can do to make your houses look interesting is add different kind of shapes, like spheres and triangles, like pointy houses, because of course the boxes are really typical and pretty normal. You can try experimenting with mixing different walls. I have actually combined 2 very simple walls, the wooden walls and the brick walls, to give a little interesting effect, like supporting stone pillars, if you can see on my 3rd floor. You can of course also make the house more interesting by adding furniture, because in real life most rooms aren't empty. You can add bookcases, toilets, bathtubs, all kinds of things to make it look more cozy. But remember, sometimes less is more. Don't completely fill your rooms to the brim with items. It can give a really interesting look if that's what you're going for, but I like to find the right balance between, okay, functional and not too crowded. Alright, the house is almost finished. I'm just gonna add another window for the merchant, which has already arrived. And right now we have 3 NPCs, our guide, the merchant, and the demolitionist. And with that, I think I'm gonna round things off. And well, one of the things I still needed to do is sort all of my chests. You can see I placed some nice item frames above my chest to indicate what the chest is about. I will have 1 chest for now for specifically potions, and 1 for, well, building materials, and probably 1 for weapons and accessories, and 1 just mixed stuff. Or wait, I will have 1 for ores and bars as well, for crafting materials. Well, as you can see, this is our house. I had a nice bed. Below that we have our crafting stuff. Then we have some nice item frames for the boss items. And here we have our chests for storage. And oh, I can make some mana crystals, so we now have 4 mana stars, which is equal to 80 mana. Well, we don't really have any magic weapons yet, but soon we will. Alright, that's everything for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. This episode was a bit different than usual, because it was just a time lapse of me building a house and talking a bit about all kinds of stuff. And I hope you guys didn't mind that. But next episode it will be back to the regular format, just exploring and having fun. Alright, I hope I see you in the next episode. A link will be put in the description once I've released it. You can also subscribe and press that bell icon thingy to be notified when I release a new video. That's all. EverThingy out.